This NFL Conference Championship DFS edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Play Underdogs Pick'em for a chance to win 100x. Promo code SGPN, UnderdogFantasy.com for a 100% deposit match. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today. We're also brought to you by Cut. Cut is a peer-to-peer social betting platform that's U.S.-based and available in 40 states. Head to Cut.com, that's KUTT.com, and use promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. And we're also brought to you by the SGPN merch store, 15% off everything when you use the promo code PLAYOFFS.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. Conference Championship weekend, Sean.
Oh, you're telling me.
Bringing your championship vibes.
Yes.
The mustache has gotten some, I don't want to say compliments, but it's gotten some notice since we've touched down in Vegas.
Well, there is a weird move where people notice your mustache. They don't compliment it, but they still notice it. They go, hey, mustache, huh?
It's like the fat chick pregnant thing. You don't want to say congrats because you don't
know if it's necessarily a joke. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. All of a sudden, Ryan had a change of heart. He's turned into a mustache guy. We're here. We're live from the Blue Wire Studios in Las Vegas, talking DFS. Ryan, maybe we should even do a bonus underdog pick'em at the end as well. That feels pretty fun.
Behind enemy lines. I like it.
Even though we are in the state of Nevada, we will not fire on it until we are back in the state of California. But
I'll add it to my as soon as I land. Turn the phone airplane mode off. Text the valet ticket, so my car's waiting there for me. Fire all underdog entries.
Let's get it.
That's my to-dos. That's my Cali to-dos.
So we will be giving out DFS lineup. And then, underdog pick'em. Of course, make sure to tune in to the VSiN show tonight, 9 o'clock Pacific, midnight East, talking ladders, getting CJ on, Derek. We're going to have Noah talking Lions, got a Chiefs guest. It's going to be, it's going to be an awesome VSiN show, right?
Can we get the slot machine on as a guest?
The slot. How's the slot?
I was trying to figure out how we could workshop this.
I have been going down a rabbit hole of just watching a bunch of the NFL slot videos. I found the website where you can look up the zip code of you enter in your zip code and it'll tell you like the nearest NFL slot machine, Ryan.
So
how's the slot?
Yeah, we have opposing views this week. Does that mean we let the slot machine settle it? Well, we does that mean we go to the slot machine, we play as our respective teams, and we let the slot machine
a little slot off? I'm totally down for that. I was hoping we could
I'll slot off with you.
I was down to do a group one on the Detroit Lions. Last time we did a group one on the Lions, it was an incredible heater. We hit 40 free spins, Ryan. Kind of a legendary run.
And for those who
I'm listening to the NFL slot machine when it comes to helping predict the NFL playoffs.
Much like the NFL, the slot machine is a week-to-week opportunity. Yes. So I don't look into the past at all. And for those wondering, when we do the group slot play, we are next to each other. So if you want to visualize it.
It is a two-seater. Yeah, so it easily accommodates two guys looking to hang out, share a slot machine.
And there's actually, unlike what your dirty mind is thinking about, this actually has two buttons. So we each get to push the button. It's not like we have to share, and it has to be like, yo, you get the button for a little bit, and then I get the button for a little bit.
It's a nice bench seat with the rumble seat built in. Of course, check out Cody Zeeb's review of the NFL slot machine. People are going to think we're like the NFL slot machine's advertising on our show. I assure you it's not. I mean, if they want to advertise, I'd happily take their advertisement money. But no, this is just a man passionate about the NFL slot machine.
We got an admin on the inside of the slot machine who's helping us win.
Ryan referring, of course, to a deep fantasy scandal you may or may not be aware of.
It's in the – unfortunately, I don't keep my money with that organization.
Brian, you know what everyone is aware of? Thanks in part to our show. Little Caesars. Oh, man. Conference Championship Sunday. Are you kidding me? Could you think of a more perfect time to be ordering some Little Caesars? I can't even imagine, because we're talking about the 4 Ps. We're talking about playoffs. We're talking about pizza. We're talking about pepperoni. And, of course, my personal favorite, pretzel crust. Love me Little Caesars pretzel crust. You can get it all day on NFL game days and Pro Bowl Sunday delivery, or our in-store pizza portal pickup. Grab some friends. Enjoy a few slices during the game. Little Caesars. Pizza. We're also brought to you by Cut. Cut is peer-to-peer social betting platform, U.S.-based, available in 40 states. Ryan, even though he encouraged me to list my Mahomes to have more rushing yards than Lamar Jackson, he has yet to take my action. It's at a very correct price of 9-1. Great work by the director, cutting over to Ryan's reaction shot. I'm not calling Ryan scared. I'm not calling Ryan a chicken. I'm just saying there's a lot of potential liquidity. A guy who likes to play as the house over on Cut, you could be getting down. Of course, perfect for conference championship, NBA, and college basketball. Anything you want to get down on, you can literally put your money where your mouth is. Love this. Love their platform. Highly recommend it. And you can even propose bets. Like the Mahomes have more rushing yards than Lamar Jackson was something I sent in. They got it up there. Download Cut today in the App Store or over at cut.com. That's KUTT, and use promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. Kramer.
Yeah, I mean, worth noting, there's literally a button, request a bet.
Very easy. And even when you list bets, like Ryan was doing, you can try and shave some odds, right? You like the Ravens. Why not you maybe take a little bit off the money line, see if someone's going to bite? It's truly a market. Maybe someone – they can't get down. Their state, they can't get down. It's a cool opportunity. Really, I mean, if you consider yourself a sharp, why would you not want to do peer-to-peer stuff?
Especially with the money line, because of the VIG. Like, both people get a better price.
Yes,
seems simple science. And yes, I am doing well. I have plenty of liquidity. I'm debating whether or not to scoop your action. If I do it, I'm going to do it closer to kickoff. You know that, Sean.
Yes. Stay tuned for the pregame show. And the pregame show, we'll give out our first touchdown bets if you're wondering where those are. And hopefully you checked out the prop show. Just a great prop show, as always, with CJ Sullivan, right?
Maybe I'll tune into the pregame show where you can watch me take Sean's action live.
Oh, yeah. All right. Maybe we'll have a bonus cut bet we throw down pregame, Ryan.
What's that? What's hotter, that or promoting us a little side-by-side slot action? You want a video of that?
I do. I do want to record some video. Now, maybe it's this. We're going to be doing some shows, Super Bowl Media Week. Maybe it's one of those nights. But we got to figure out, because as a guy who's watched now a lot of NFL slot machine videos, Ryan, I feel like we can do a better job.
The way we're going to do it.
The passion I have for the slot machine, unmatched compared to these other videos.
We're going to record a session. It's going to be NFL slot machine predicts Super Bowl winner. And I think the best way to do it is a little editing. Just a touch of editing. We'll record a bunch of footage. We'll send it back to the massive team we have, and we'll come up with a Super Bowl slot machine predicts Super Bowl winner. That's the obvious.
That's a great title.
We are a content machine. That's the thing. The bot. If the bots have taught us something, speak to the bot like it's a human.
Very clickable.
Don't you dare speak to a bot like it's a robot. It has a soul.
Don't get me started. Now we're gonna get in a deep discussion about AI rights. Should we be treating AIs as human, Ryan?
Well, we have to enslave them first for a while, and then they have to get angry, and then we decide it's bad. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
usually how it goes.
The cycle's gone like that for all of eternity. So, all right, you ready to talk DFS?
Yes.
I almost was going to try to say DFS with my Louisville accent, because we're talking about former Louisville quarterback Lamar Jackson, a.k.a. Lamar Jackson's agent. He should go by Lamar Jackson Esquire. just because I assume he has a law degree if he's representing himself. Lamar,
I don't know about Lamar Jackson having a law degree.
How great would it be if he just had ESQ at the end of his jersey?
I mean, if he was a lawyer, he would. I mean, I almost imagine him as like a Foghorn Leghorn type lawyer. Like, I do believe my contract is not fair. No, I will not play for such little amount of money.
As played by Sam Jackson. I think it's more of a Sam Jackson character.
Sam Jackson, you're right.
Where he kind of comes in angry. But I mean, I'm
tired of these motherfucking MVP trophies on this plane.
Think about
it's not really a great Sam Jackson.
Oh, but you were.
He would be saying something like
people understand that was Sam Jackson because you said snakes and plane.
Yes.
But imagine, so we saw Jair Alexander. He just went and did the coin toss. No one told him to. What if Lamar he goes to Etsy and he just gets this Esquire added to the end of his jersey? That'd be all time. Lamar Jackson, 7,700. I think the chalk is mostly going to consolidate on Purdy and Jackson. I didn't want to play Purdy. I mean, I like the Niners. I understand how you can build a Purdy lineup. I assumed Sean would be on Mahomes or Goff, so I made the wise assumption to ask him before the show.
Yes.
He said a good answer for me to then go and say, all right, I'll take – I think probably what will be a chalkier result this weekend, but there's only 4 quarterbacks, so I guess I don't care. Lamar Jackson, 7,700. Just play the best plays. Get weird one spot.
Yeah, I mean, the strategy for 2 games is interesting, right? Play the best plays.
Again, get weird with structure. That's always my.
Well, I got weird. I am going 2 tight ends, so we'll get to that in just a second. But yeah, give me the goof man himself, Jared Goff. $6,300. I was considering Mahomes. I like Mahomes, rush yards. I could see of the 2 games, and certainly the total reflects it, that being a much lower scoring game than the 49ers Lions.
I do have a bet.
Because both 49ers Lions, both teams are kind of pass funnels, and both teams in the Chiefs Ravens, both teams play a shit ton of defense. So
I don't want to. Unconfirmed at this point, but it sounds like Jared Goff may be promising Super Bowl tickets to some members of the family. So
really,
hopefully we're not a little too optimistic.
Is he getting ahead of himself?
Hopefully we're not a little too optimistic there. Could just be. I'm going to assume the messenger didn't quite understand what a jinx is, and I'm gonna. If I have a follow-up question, and I'll be sure to update as soon as I have something. So real quick, ownership projections: Purdy 35, Jackson 29, Mahomes 20, Goff 15. So
yeah, my thought was like, hey, why not just take the lowest owned guy?
I mean, especially when you're in a game with a total that's a touchdown higher than the other game, it does seem to make sense. Bigger spread, I get it. Lower implied team total, whatever. All right, next up, running back. We've this has been for a long time because we used to call them Escalades. Sean, we were ahead of our time when it came to eating the chalk on projectable volume like running backs. You can absolutely fade Christian McCaffrey this week.
Yes, I'm with you. Fade train.
But I think the way that you fade Christian McCaffrey is in those Purdy and Goff lineups. I'm gonna take Christian McCaffrey because I think pairing him with Lamar, that's a ton of salary. She's very interested in my salary, Sean. That's a ton of salary already.
Whoa, who's that hunk with the mustache talking about price discovery on the running backs?
I dare you to tell my wife that the mustache is attractive out here. It's not a good. That would be a bad situation. Christian McCaffrey, easy to see what he could do in this game. I understand that there's the angle about the run defense, and that's fine, but I actually think it helps his ability to get involved in the pass game. However they're going to use Debo, I know he's off the injury report.
Yes.
I still think
that's
McCaffrey being used in – I just don't think you're going to give Debo those carries. You're not going to give Debo those touches around the big boys. You don't want to risk him re-injuring. Let him be a decoy there. Let him run actual routes, which some cornerbacks say he can't do. And yeah, back to it. McCaffrey, 9,000. So I've already spent 16,700, Sean.
Wow.
Degree of difficulty the rest of the way, I'm a DFS god. 4-time big boy winner this year, Sean.
Yeah, awesome.
I need to put that in my X bio.
You the seriousness with which Ryan looked at me and just stared me down trying to establish his DFS alphaness.
No, that's not it. It's the mustache. It just adds a level to my intensity.
Create some authority.
I'm not trying to. It's just
All right, relax, Ryan. We're just recording the show. You don't need to get so angry.
All of a sudden, Sean's declining to take the breathalyzer to me for some reason. Like, all right, relax, man.
Am I being detained?
I do not consent to a search.
Yeah, if you want to go down a fun wormhole, people who are like these civil rights like experts, and then almost try and get pulled over or drive through breathalyzers and like go to war with these cops. I mean, God bless them.
Why?
I don't know. The videos are fun, but I couldn't imagine wasting my time with that. But I'm glad someone's doing it. Isaiah Pacheco, $6,500. He's the workhorse for this Kansas City Chiefs. I think the more I think about it, I think it's going to be Rashee Rice, a Pacheco, and a little bit of Justin Watson, and some Mahomes rushing. I think they're going to do everything they can to slow down Travis Kelce. I don't think it's going to be a big Kelce game. They are good over the middle. Kyle Hamilton, very good safety. I think they're going to match up pretty well against Travis Kelce. But I think Reed in particular can draw up some nice run game stuff. Yeah. And I think Pacheco's just running hard. Like,
no, I like
as far as running backs left, he's the hardest. I mean, Christian McCaffrey certainly gets his, and I would never say I'd rather have Pacheco than McCaffrey, but just eye test these past couple games for the Chiefs, he's running hard. So I want some action on Pacheco.
Running back, yeah. I mean, I certainly think Pacheco, kind of similarly to how I'm playing McCaffrey with Lamar. I like the idea of playing Pacheco with a quarterback from the other game. All right, running back 2 for me. We've kind of been touting him all week, but Justice Hill.
Yep.
He had some pop last week, 4,800. This is part of how I was able to kind of normalize the salary here. And, you know, I know that Cook had a couple fun carries. And once again, the dread effect is wild. It just, people want to talk about Dalvin Cook. He was barely out there. Justice Hill does seem like a guy that they trust. And if Gus Edwards is at all banged up, and the injury he went out with was a wrist injury. I know they're saying he's fine. But you got to, wrist injury, running back, maybe they just, again, kind of like my Andrews projection, maybe he's more of a goal line back. So I like Hill. I think he could, much like with McCaffrey, based on the other team's game plan, especially with Spags coached the Giants for a number of years. I'm almost certain that he's not going to go into this game and sit back. He's going to attack.
Bring the heat.
That's the way. I mean, if you're a defensive coordinator, you don't want to attack and try to instigate the game. You're doing it wrong, and I think that gives Hill a ton of opportunity in the short game in the passing work. So, 4,800, nice cosign. You want to jump ahead to your wide receiver then?
Yeah, give me. This is interesting because I don't love him prop stuff. I think it's maybe slightly inflated. I do. I kind of like Josh Reynolds in the prop market, but at $7,900, I have the salary. Why? I think it'd be crazy to put in Josh Reynolds over Amon-Ra St. Brown. So give me the dog himself, the sun god. Decent enough matchup. But again, I like Reynolds, especially at the price for $4,000. But, I mean, if I have the salary, I'm crazy not – I mean, I'd be crazy to play Reynolds over Amon-Ra St. Brown, right?
Probably.
Or do I play Debo, Ryan? What do you think Debo's?
I mean, I don't hate Debo. I think you have to speculate that a lot of lineups haven't been made yet. And so with Debo being taken off the injury report and losing that Q tag, maybe he's not as contrarian as you thought.
What would you rather do? Juwan Jennings and Amon-Ra St. Brown or Debo Samuel, Josh Reynolds?
Oh, I'd want Amon-Ra. To me, Amon-Ra St. Brown is the one receiver or one of the 2 receiver prizes this week.
Okay. I don't know. I'm high on him, I guess, but I don't like his prop stuff because it's so high.
I have I've been doing a ton of the underdog battle royale style drafts this week, Sean.
Yes.
It does really help normalize where people's actual value is because you have to draft them against all the other positions.
Yeah.
And after McCaffrey, who is the consensus number 2 positional player?
So Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra. It's not really close. And so, yeah, I would give me that option would be better for me.
All right.
Because
so
you also
Amon-Ra, lock him in.
You also have Debo. He runs hard. He takes another big hit. His shoulder becomes a problem. And Juwan Jennings, then all of a sudden, his ceiling just shoots all the way up.
Yeah, and I know he's off the injury report, but to what extent are they going to use him, I think, is the big question.
He's getting shot up. He's going to be fine.
Well,
the reports of practice today.
Jerry Rice broke the news. Jerry Rice basically called Jerry Rice basically called Deebo Samuel a pussy, saying,
"Get out there, son.
It's all about pain tolerance. He's going to play."
So,
if Jerry Rice says that, you have to play.
The reports from practice today suggested that he looked good catching the football above his head. So that's what I would look for. And, again, the one thing the NFL is elite at more than anything else is pain management. So they'll find a way to get him out there and feeling good.
And slot machines and pain management. Those are the 2 specialties for the NFL.
I'll stay in that game. I think the guy you can have a conversation about in terms of Amon-Ra, top of the pile for receivers this week is Brandon Ayuk. He's 6,900. The matchup is gold. And honestly, I think Debo being, quote unquote, all the way back helps him. I think the Detroit is never going to be able to defend the down the field stuff with Ayuk, and they're going to be focused in around the line of scrimmage to stop McCaffrey, to stop the short stuff with Kittle, to stop Deebo Samuel. Smash. Brandon Ayuk is in a smash spot this week. I've already gotten down on a couple props for him. I'll be getting down on more. He'll certainly be part of my core entry over on Underdog. I'll whip some certain different entries to make a bunch of contests with various hires on his stuff. I just think the potential for him to have a complete 150 type yard game, touchdown, 2 touchdown is out there. So that's where he matches Amon-Ra. And if anything, I like his ceiling more maybe. Brandon Ayuk, 6,900. Did you play him as well?
No, I didn't. He didn't get in my lineup, but I think if you're I guess I didn't put him in. I do have 2 49ers on my double bring back grind. Playing 2 49ers. I know you probably thought I only had 1. I am playing 2 49ers, neither of which is Brandon Ayuk. I like the case for Ayuk. I do. As a guy who's restoring the roar this week, Ryan, I am worried about Ayuk. I think that's their biggest concern defensively.
Free agent in the offseason, too.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to get paid. Rashee Rice is my guy. Kind of a quiet game for Rashee Rice last week against the Bills, at least relatively to how much he's been playing and dominating. I love what I've seen out of Rashee Rice so far this season. Again, I think they're going to need other guys besides Kelsey to step up offensively, and I think it could be a massive game for Rashee Rice. Only 4 for 47 last week, but the game before, 8 for 130 and a touchdown, 5 for 127, and he's only $6,500. I think they've made it pretty clear, like MVS maybe, Justin Watson maybe, but really, Rashee Rice is kind of the workhorse. I'm surprised he only had 4 targets last week. I think he's going to bounce back in a big way. $6,500 for Rashee Rice might be the deal of the weekend.
Certainly a bounce back potential, right?
And he was fine, but certainly would probably have underperformed that DFS price. Yeah.
All right, game stack here. I was a little bit short to get to Josh Reynolds. And so I took the next best option, which is Jameson Williams. I do think there's some film circulating the old social media that shows how much Jameson Williams is running down the field. And I think when you look at what the Niners could do on defense, is there a chance they come out and maybe don't respect that shit and come after them and come after the stuff they know they're going to run with Amon-Ra and Laporta, and Jameson picks up a couple nice long catches? Absolutely. And so with the price of $3,700, you're hoping for that 50-yard touchdown bomb. You hit the 50-yard touchdown bomb, you're paid off. So stacking him with Ayuk, Jameson Williams, 3,700.
Jameson Williams, 30. Yeah, I mean, he's also interesting, too. I could only fit so many Lions into my lineup. Felt like I did.
How many did you do?
Well, so I'm doing golf with a double stack. Am I crazy to play a triple stack?
No, it's
Okay.
not. That's what I'm saying.
All
You got to. There's 2 games.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, sorry, Juwan Jennings.
Oh,
Adios.
no.
I'm bringing in Josh Reynolds. I mean, I'm going to be playing him 2 touchdowns. Why not? Why not just toss him in here? If you missed the prop show, all over Josh Reynolds, it feels like he could be the Jaden Reed, the Bo Melton that we saw get some success against this 49ers team. So, yeah, I love Josh Reynolds, especially at the price. I mean, and how much was Jameson Williams?
37.
Yeah, so I kind of like Reynolds better, but I think it's close.
You know, I would imagine that I haven't really studied the ownership projections. That again, the rapidness to which they change is out of control. Yeah, so that price is going to create. He'll be slightly unpopular.
Who?
Reynolds, but both
really?
those guys are going to be chalky. But Jameson will be more chalky than Reynolds because he's 300 cheaper.
Yeah, Ryan.
Yes.
Maybe you. Our buddy Derek is going to the game. Derek Stevens, owner of Circa Las Vegas.
I heard about this.
He's doing a contest. If you have a chance to win, check out his social there.
We
Sounds
must
like
have
a lot of fun.
Our invite got lost, maybe.
Hey, we are not going, at least currently, but you never know because you got game time. That's right, game time. Maybe you want to meet Derek. I don't know how that would happen, but if you're in the stadium at Levi Stadium or M&T Bank Stadium, I mean, seeing a conference championship game live has got to be an awesome, awesome experience. Some ways, maybe even cooler than a Super Bowl, especially if you're for the home team. That's got to be a great experience. And now is the time. Head over to gametime.co or download the GameTime app. Use the promo code SGPN. $20 off your first purchase. Create the account. Redeem the code SGPN. You got the Game Time low price guarantee. And you don't have to stress because you know they'll have you covered. Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. If you can find cheaper seats in the same row, in the same section for less, and you're not going to be able to. So don't even try. Just leave it up to the good buddies over at Game Time. You get images of your seats before you buy, so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. Buy tickets in a matter of seconds. 2 taps, and you're all set. Tickets are sent directly to your phone. Game Time. It is almost game time. Promo code SGPN, $20 off. Love me some Game Time. And, of course, we're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season and NBA season. If you're grinding it out in the NBA prop sheets and you're not using Hall of Fame Bets, you are leaving money on the table. Highly recommend using Hall of Fame Bets. Revolutionary parlay optimizer. Great for player props. Great for parlays. We're talking sides, totals, player prop stuff. Stop betting in the dark and join 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. That's HOFBets.com, promo code SGPN, or download the Hall of Fame Bets app. 50% off your first month, promo code SGPN. Let's go. Kramer, so I think I gave out all my receivers. We got tight end flex defense.
I'm on my wide receiver 3.
Okay. Who's your third receiver?
Another spend down opportunity. Receiver stack number 1. Lamar stack number 2. Out there for a tremendous amount of snaps. Not exactly getting a huge target share, but he ran over 75% of the snaps with Lamar last week. Rashad Bateman. Odell seems to have worked himself into a not every down role. Nelson Aguilar pops in and out for a catch, but it was Rashad Bateman who was out there doing the work. So at 3,600 again, you're hoping for a nice target, maybe around the red zone. Maybe he just actually gets used. The amount of routes he run again up there with Zay Flowers, certainly good value here at 3,600. And this concludes my double stack of Lamar Jackson. Justice Hill and Rashad Bateman. Feels unique.
No likely or Lamar. No likely or Andrews.
Stay tuned for my tight end position.
Oh, you said double stack.
Well, I said this concludes my double stack.
Oh, so you're possibly opening up a triple stack.
Oh, yeah.
I also got a triple stack. Give me Sammy Laporta. Love Sam Laporta. I don't think I'm checking to see if Ertz is in the player pool. I've not heard back from. I've not heard back from Underdog. I'm trying to get him to get added to the Battle Royale drafts. I don't think he's available. I know because I keep trying to draft him. But Sam Laporta, he has been a little banged up. Although he's officially off the injury report, that's a good sign. No injury designation for Sunday. That's huge. I mean, he has just been a target machine. Sucks them up left and right. Touchdown machine. Everyone's always skeptical of rookie tight ends, but he's had an amazing year. 11 touchdowns. I think who can guard Sam Laporta on this 49ers defense? Ufunga?
They do have some linebacker. We'll see. I think it's going to come down to what the Niners want to make the Lions. Like I could see if I was the Niners, for example, I would say Jared Goff beat us. And I would load the box. I would make it very difficult for Laporta to operate over the middle of the field. I would kind of my attempt. Basically, I'd be looking to completely diffuse their ability to run play action. And so I think a lot of that is smashing Laporta around the line of scrimmage. So let's see how he does. But certainly, him and Amon-Ra are very clearly the top targets, and so much of the looks get consolidated there. It makes sense. All right, so and your triple stack, you got Reynolds, who gets he's probably third on the year in targets, I'd assume.
Yeah.
All right, tight end, you spoiled it for me, but triple stack, give me Isaiah Likely. He's only 4,300. The Mark Andrews news, I've now, it does seem like the consensus amongst people that cover the team is that Mark Andrews is not going to be used in a down-in, down-out basis. So that tells me that Likely's still going to be out there, and I think same logic as Hill. If there's a lot of aggressive behavior from Kansas City's defense, we've seen the screen passes to Likely. We've seen him kind of work in that short sideline over the middle space. And, honestly, a lot has been made about the secondary of the Chiefs. Well, they're not exactly dynamos against the tight end. So Likely's going to have opportunities. His price is still very cheap. I'm sure he'll be chalky. But Lamar triple stacks with Justice Hill, Rashad Bateman, and Isaiah Likely will not be.
Lamar naked would be interesting, too. I think you're either – well, I mean, especially for you, Ryan. But
he's one of those guys who will get penetration.
With a mustache like this?
No, because I think if you don't pair him with any receivers, that is a certainly super unique lineup, I think.
Yeah, but I does he get there without some – you're describing a game where you probably want to stack him with a running back then.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
And get the touchdown. Catches. Yeah, get the touchdowns at least. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a game where it's like Lamar scores 3 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good bet.
Jalen Hurts did that in the Super Bowl, Ryan. George Kittle is my flex position.
Whoa.
We're trying out a little 12 personnel. I've had some issues with Kittle over the years, but I think Ayuk and Kittle are the two guys, if I'm the Lions defense, those are the guys I'm worried about. And Kittle certainly can get his good yard after the catch guy. I thought he was really the best receiver they had going, I think, in the game against the Packers. Like, you look at that box score.
But I think it's a lot to do with – I think that probably had more to do with the way they play defense. But I think that, again,
Kittle 4 for 81 and a touchdown.
If I'm playing the game of Detroit, under no circumstances am I letting McCaffrey beat me because that makes it too easy. And I'm definitely not going to let Debo beat me if I'm Dan Campbell because Debo's like this rah-rah emotional guy. He gets a big run.
Yeah, that's why I think Kittle and Ayuk are the guys that are going to get theirs.
But you said the defense would be worried about. I don't think they're going to be as worried about those guys, and that's what makes them. You're right.
Place. Maybe I misspoke it. I guess just as a Detroit backer, I'm worried that they're going to let Kittle get his, which could backfire. To me, but I'm with you. I think you just shut down McCaffrey. You make Brock in the same way you say Jared Goff beat us. You say that to Brock Purdy. I think Detroit likes their pass rush. I think they like Aiden Hutchinson, and they like the uncomfortableness that Brock Purdy has had in the pocket. I think you say Purdy, more like Turdy. Brian?
Brock hard. All right, last in my flex, I also went 12 personnel. And it's a bring back because I haven't brought back my triple stack yet. Single bring back, Travis Kelce, 6,600.
Ooh.
If I have to listen to one more person tell me that Kyle Hamilton is going to shut down Travis Kelce, you're one of those people.
No, I don't think shut down, but I do think he's going to limit it.
First of all, these are the same people that told you Kyle Hamilton was not going to be a great NFL player because he ran a slow 40 time, causing him to fall in the draft and go to the damn Ravens at the end of the first round. That's problem one. Problem two, he's a young guy. He's having a great year. He's a great player. I like the way they play multiple safeties. I like the way that they play, have their secondary. Getting Marlon Humphrey back is going to be huge for them on defense. But Travis Kelce is still Travis Kelce. And I think the likelihood of Rice getting taken out of the game by one of their premier cornerbacks is higher than Kelce getting taken out of the game. Lady fan of Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, will be there as well.
Ryan, will you do the heart up to the stand, up to the TV when Kelce scores a touchdown?
You know what? I think I might need to do a little Travis Kelce 2-touchdown bet just so I can do a heart celebration. No, I'm not going to throw a heart. Who am I throwing the heart up to?
I don't know, to Kelce for thanking him for scoring the touchdown.
I mean,
You're a Swiftie.
If he was there, if we were in the building together, I would throw him a heart.
Throw him a heart.
6,600, Travis Kelce. So I got a Lamar triple with a single Kelce on the way back.
Woo. Single Kels. Look out. For me, defense is easy. Lions. I think they're going to be able to turn over Brock Purdy. That's case closed. 2,600.
Defense is easy. That's the worst defense on the weekend, though.
How so?
Well, I mean, just statistically. Ravens, 3,200.
Any of these defenses biting kneecaps, Ryan, besides the Lions?
But they don't bite kneecaps. That's the problem. I mean, they talk about biting kneecaps, and then they give up 400 yards to Nick Mullins.
Yeah, in the dome.
Twice.
In the dome. This is outdoor. This is playoff football.
I will say, I don't know if Dan Campbell has experience swimming in the bay. The currents are a little different, so hopefully he doesn't get swept away in the deep water.
Detroit Lions defense. I think to me, it's can you get sacks? Can you get turnovers? I think they can against Purdy.
I think it's sharp to correlate your defense to your quarterback this week.
Yeah, in this kind of slate, yeah.
Defense to your offense, yeah. Play the onslaught. So I got a Lamar triple, Kelce on the way back with the Ravens defense.
Ooh.
You kind of did the same thing.
Yes. All right, Ryan. Real quick, let's rattle off our lineups.
Got some sick-ass garb out here. I don't know what conference they're here for, but it must be for slaying pussy. Hopefully they...
It's like psychedelic cowboys going on over there.
But there was also like a green chili vibe. Yeah,
very Southwest. Not the airline, the vibe. Jared Goff, Isaiah Pacheco, Justice Hill, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Ray Rice, Josh Reynolds, Sam Laporta, George Kittle, Detroit Lions.
That's the best slip of all time. Ray Rice is in your lineup in 2024.
Sorry, Rashee Rice. Well, I saw the Baltimore R. Rice. Come on, Ryan. I knew I missed. Rashee.
Lamar Jackson tripled up with Justice Hill.
Right. You know where else you can triple up? When you get the bonus on the NFL slot machine.
Well, you could also.
My brain's been taken over.
If you're more of like a wide receiver or defensive back frame, you could probably triple up on the slot machine. But there's only 2 buttons, which means someone has to wait. Someone won't be engaged, so they'll just have to watch their friends be engaged with the slot machine that's bent over in front of them. Lamar, Justice Hill, Rashad Bateman, Isaiah Likely with Travis Kelce on the way back. I also have McCaffrey and Ayuk stacked with Jameson Williams. Almost made that a 2x2, but I like the triple stack with Lamar better. And give me the Ravens defense. How about it? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a 1-of-1 lineup. Will you be duped?
Me? No. I'm crazy. I'm unique.
I don't know. We're both probably pretty chalky.
Really?
Well,
I'm leaving $700. Oh no, that was a different thing.
I'm leaving $200.
Leaving $100. So, all right, Ryan. Before we get out of here, fun to fire off a NFL pick'em lineup.
I'm not logging into my account from here.
Why? What are you scared?
I'm
Ryan?
on the up and up. I got a nice balance in there. We don't need any trouble.
All right, let's talk a little. We'll just give out a little 3-teamer. Of course, UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. Get the 100% deposit match up to $100. $100.
All right.
Oh my God.
What are we starting with? I mean, I feel like we have there's some angles we've kind of.
What do we both agree on? Is what you're getting at.
Brandon Ayuk.
Okay. I don't know if I can do that. That was mostly just me talking, right? Rashee Rice, or you're out on him?
Rashee Rice is a bad play. I don't hate many of your plays this week. Rashee Rice is a bad
really?
play. The Ravens defense is too good, too much.
Okay. Do we want to go? I mean, Mahomes rushing attempts they have at 4.5.
Oh yeah.
Do we want to do attempts or yards?
That's a lock. That's a lock.
Higher 4.5 rushing attempts for Patrick Mahomes. That feels pretty good.
Likely yards.
Likely yards. I'm fine with that. Let's see. What do you think his yards is on Underdog?
38.
20.5. That feels really low. So higher.
Isaiah likely?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, smash. Well, all right, what else? You want to do one from each
Josh
team?
Reynolds?
Reynolds or Williams, yeah. Either one.
Reynolds higher, 38.5 receiving yards.
How is Reynolds twice as much as likely? That's why. All right, so
yeah,
what's the niner? What niner? Kittle? Kittle touchdown.
Kittle, let's see what Kittle's stuff is at.
Kittle touchdown.
Okay, Kittle receptions are 4.5, receiving yards 60.5. They don't have his touchdown, right?
Then I would
6.5 targets.
I would go
3.5 first downs.
Yards.
Okay. So this is a nice little 10xer on a Friday afternoon here.
Send me that link when you're done.
Okay.
Feels dirty.
So real quick, our Underdog fantasy pick'em 10x pays you 100 will win you $1,000. Got to make a note to send this or fire off on this as soon as I get in the great state of California. But Patrick Mahomes higher 4.5 rushing attempts. Isaiah Likely 20.5 receiving yards higher. Josh Reynolds 38.5 receiving yards higher. George Kittle 60.5 receiving yards higher. Are you laughing at our squareness of all the hires, Ryan?
No, I mean, all right, whatever.
What do you mean?
No, I'm saying people that assume playing hires is square.
Oh,
what if I told you an entire professional market felt the opposite? Would it still be square to play the opposite of the opposite? Again, galaxy branding here, but I think on these platforms you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Pick winners.
Yeah. All you do, pick winners. You guys are winners. You can tune into the show. Shout out to Anthony Carnegie. Just left a nice 5-star rating and review over on Apple Podcasts. I got Jake sending him a gift card as we speak. Ryan, $30 coming your way.
Whoa.
And feel free to use the promo code playoffs, Anthony, and everyone else. 15% off everything in the merch store. I got some new hats coming, courtesy of the merch store. We got new designs. The SGP, the Let It Ride is a $, really cool design. My wife even asked for a shirt for
what?
Yeah,
like that's not even a bit.
No, she said, wow. Can I get a shirt? This design is really cool. I think it's Jake working with some AI, some designs, and yeah, check it out.
Are we sure Jake's human?
No, he is more machine than man, Ryan.
He's got some AI to him.
Yes, he's got some plus money activities going on. He's calculating a lot of ins, a lot of outs. We will be back on this show Sunday morning-ish, 11:30 Pacific, counting you down to kickoff for the AFC NFC Conference Championship games. Or check us out on VSiN tonight, 9 o'clock Pacific, midnight East, VSiN.com, or YouTube TV. If you have Sunday ticket, just put in Sports Gambling Podcast, hit record. Can't miss us.
And, Sean, probably a good time to remind people, if you want to win an invite, it's like the white party.
Yes.
You want to win an invite to my personal Super Bowl Squares pool. No rake, $250 a square.
SportsGamblingPodcast.com/Patreon. You have to win the Patreon Pick'em Challenge. Now, we will get you a square. So what is that? Worth $250?
Cash value, $250. And a couple other notes on the contest. The VIP invites will go out Sunday at some time, so be aware. And then if you're just a regular civilian, Monday morning, including the Patreon winner.
Oh, okay.
So I want them to have the same experience as everyone else.
All right. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/Patreon.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
The logo is purple and red, Sean.
Kramer. Let it ride.